Okay guys, we're going to get into hive number 2. It's a very windy day. We're having gusts up around 20 miles per hour. It's 70 degrees exactly right now. It's cloudy. Not a good day to get in the hive, but really it's the only opportunity I have because of how busy I've been. I've already checked the hive over on this side over here. That hive right there, I've already checked it. They've got 5 frames of it filled out so far, and they got 5 frames to go. I will end up removing a frame eventually because I want 9 frames of the supers. But we're going to get into hive number 2 right here, and like I said, I might mute the video out, most of it, and just give you the visual because of the wind. Just depends on how everything works out. We're just going to check and see where they're at on their honey production here on hive number 2. I do have one hive that, even though the nectar is beginning to flow, that hive over there, I'm actually having to give them sugar water. Very interesting. They've actually got no nectar. Actually, they've got one frame at the very top that got some nectar in it, and that's it. And so I'm actually giving them sugar water, and letting them fill out the honeycomb itself for now. And then here probably in a few days I'll take the sugar water back off because I don't want sugar water in the honey. But that honey there, if they produce honey this year on that far one over there, if they do, then I'll go ahead and keep that honey for myself because it'll have sugar in it. But we're gonna get into hive 2, and like I said, I'll probably mute this out. Not sure yet. Put it about right there. Alright, so I'm gonna mute it out, and I'll edit the video and make this video as short as possible. We're just gonna look and see where they're at on honey and see what they're doing down in the brood chamber. Make sure that there's no swarm cells or anything like that. Okay, and we do have 20 to 22 mile per hour winds today. It is cloudy. It's only 70 degrees, so I am geared up today. Normally they're good bees, but when you got weather like this, you just never know. So we're gonna get in here, and I've got the smoker, but I'm gonna try not to use the smoker because when you use the smoker, they stop honey production for the day. But today's the only opportunity I got because I'm so busy. So put any of the stuff on top of that. So I've got actually 2 lids on it. Had one hive beetle there. We're gonna get in here and see where they're at with the super. That's the first thing I want to do, is just check the super out, see where they're at, just so y'all can see this. This is where we're at. Flip it over. Alright, a little trick when they're making their honeycomb or doing their honey in the supers. If you notice, both of these frames are full, and then the last frame that's all they got built. So what I'll do is I'll stick this in between 2 frames, and that'll force them to fill the comb out on this frame, because they want to be able to fan both sides of the honey or of the nectar at the same time to get it to the right cure. So if you stick it between 2 frames, they're going to mass produce the honeycomb in this frame so they can get it filled with nectar, so they can fan it a lot easier is what they'll do. So this will end up going between 2 frames, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. Move this one over, and it'll be between these 2 frames just like so when I put it back in there. So that one's full. I'm just looking down in here. Looks like they're still working on a couple on this end. Let's take a look. That one's good. And that one's good. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this back together. I'm done in here. Like I said, I'm gonna put this in between the two of them, and then I'm gonna end up adding another super, and the super will go below this super. So let me go ahead and put this back together real quickly. And what I'll do is I'll end up taking one frame out of here and moving it into the next super that's going to go down below it, and it'll have the honey in it. That'll get them kick started on producing honeycomb down below as well. So give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so what I got is this will set it to 9 frames. I'm gonna go ahead and take a frame out that's got a pretty good amount of honey in it. So this one's actually full of honey. I'm gonna put it right in the middle of the next super. So just in case you couldn't hear me, I'm gonna put it right in the middle of the next super, and then we're gonna space these out to 9. Okay, they're set at 9 frames. We're gonna go ahead and take this one off. It's heavy. And we're gonna take a quick look down in here, see how everything's going. And it's just gonna be a quick look. Actually, I can tell you right now everything's good, so I'm not even going to mess with that. Let's go ahead and put that back on there. And then I'm going to put 10 frames in the new super. Again, I'll remove a frame and drop it down to the next one, or down to the next super if necessary. So, give me 1 second to get everything set up. Alright, so you can see it's right there in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the 5th frame. There's 10 frames, so 5 and 5 is the center ones. Alright, so this was 10 frames down below, 9 frames on the top. They're set for 9. That way they can expand out with it. Just make sure we still got them good. You want them all equal. That way they draw them out about the same. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. I'll actually put that on there, see if we can get them to draw a little propolis too. Alright guys, I'm going to kill the video. I'm just going to put that on there and then the lid on it and she's good to go. So remember, the upper super is the one that's got the honey, and we just added one from the 10 frames that we had down to the one below, and we put it right in the center so they can start drawing out the comb on both sides and start filling it up with honey as well. I always add it below because they're always going to smell the nectar that's up above them. So they're going to try to get to this nectar, and in the process they're going to go through this empty zone and realize, hey, we got to fill this up, and then they'll end up filling all that up. So we'll see you guys in the next video.